Okay guys, I wanted to do something a little different today. I recently I wanted to find out how fast my putting green was in my simulator room, so that when I'm playing online and they do a stimp reading of 10 or 11, I would know how that would compare to my putting surface. So I went online, thought I'd buy a stimp meter, and found out that they're about $100, and they look like a stick. So I did a little research and decided to make my own. Now, you can make this a lot nicer and spend more time and effort on it, but honestly, if you're like me, you're going to use it once, get your reading, and then you'll never use it again. So I spent about $4, and I believe it's about as accurate as anyone, a USGA or one of these that you could buy online for $100. But so anyway, it's real simple. And for those that aren't aware, a stimp meter is simply a device that you roll a golf ball 30 inches down a incline that's at 20 degrees. So in other words, you take this, get it to a perfect 20 degrees, and roll the ball 30 inches down that, and then measure it. Now the proper procedure I read was to roll 3 balls, pick a level surface on your green, roll 3 balls in one direction, take the average, and then roll 3 balls back in the opposite direction. And take the average of that, measure it, and that will be your stimp reading. So now, as far as this stick, this is actually, if you go to Lowe's and Home Depot, this is what's called cove base. It's flat on one side, and then on the other side, it's actually beveled or bowled to the perfect size of a golf ball, believe it or not. So if you get a golf ball, so basically what we want to do is roll this golf ball 30 inches down at 20 degrees and measure, and that'll be our stimp reading. Now the other thing that you need to do is on this edge that actually meets the ground, I cut it at 20 degrees so that so when the ball comes off, it's a smooth transition. It's not a bump or a jump or anything. So that's probably the most hardest part, is to get, unless you have a miter saw or something, and you just cut that at 20 degrees. The other guys will tell you, some guys will actually notch it or put a screw in here so that when they lift this up, when it reaches the 20 degree mark, it will release the ball, and that's how they do it. I had a hard time trying to get it, the notch. I tried to do notches and get it to work. So basically I said, what the hell, why don't I just use a level that'll tell me when it's at 20 degrees and then just release the ball. So that's what I do. Let me get my phone. I use an app that you can get for your iPhone, and just a bubble level, and I'll hold it along with the stick, and then when it gets to 20 degrees, I'll release the golf ball. So I'm gonna roll out 3 balls just so that you can see me do it. So let's do that. It's a little easier to sit down when you're doing this, but so I will come in and let me get my level. Okay, I came in, and you got to kind of figure out the best way for your hands to do this. It took me a little practice, but again, you're only going to do this one time probably. But I hold it like this till I get to the right 20%. All right, so that is all right. There's 20 degrees. So that's my first ball. My second ball. And you can see they go pretty consistent. So there are my 3 balls. And then I would come over here and I would roll those balls back in this direction. Again, I did my room earlier. I've done it like 5 times, and I've come up with a 10.2 stimp reading on my putting surface. But so anyway, and I actually did mine in the direction that I putt all the time, and it's actually a little bit faster because there's a little bit of slope in my floor I discovered. So anyway, you can figure that out in your own area. But that is how you build a stimp meter for $4 and then throw it away. If you got any questions, let me know.